Thank you for calling Kellogg's. This is Donita. How may I help you?
Hello. How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
Not bad. It's a pretty good morning. Well, I just had a couple of questions about Nutrigrain bars.
Okay.
The apple cinnamon specifically, but I guess any kind of Nutrigrain bar isn't. It's not too specific. But
Okay.
I've been buying the Nutrigrain bars for several years as sort of a midway breakfast, in between breakfast and lunch
Uh-huh.
snack to eat. And a couple weeks. Well, I'd say it's longer than that. It was probably about 3 months ago now. I purchased a box of Nutrigrain apple cinnamon bars like I usually do at my grocery store. And I ate the box, and after eating it, I realized that it was expired. It had been 6 months expired. Um, and, that wasn't actually a problem because I thought that the bars had more of a bite to them after they had expired for several months. So, and I mean, I only discovered this because I thought, I was eating the bars every day, and I thought, well, these taste completely different
Mm-hmm.
than how they normally do. So I wanted to see if there was a different flavor, or perhaps they changed the ingredients, and that's when I noticed that it had been expired for such a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So what I've been doing is, looking for more expired Nutrigrain bars in the grocery store, but obviously they don't like to keep those on the shelves. And I've asked them specifically too at the store, but they usually will just ask me to leave if I bother them too much about it. So I was wondering if there was a way where I could order expired bars from the factory.
Uh, no, 'cause we don't hold any products back. As they're made, everything gets shipped out. And then if a store does have an expired product that is usually destroyed, we don't get those back.
When you say destroyed, what do you mean?
The stores will get rid of them because they're not to be selling expired product.
Do you know if they donate them or?
No, it's up to each individual store or store chain how they do that.
Well, okay. Is there any way that that I could maybe speed up the expiration process so I don't have to wait, weeks and weeks on end? I mean, sometimes it's upwards of a year before the product expires.
Yeah, and I am not aware of any way to speed up that process on how, to get them to expire before their date.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I mean, I've been buying the bars for years. I feel like if there was, for a loyal customer, there should be a way. I mean, I'm not asking for more. It's in many ways, it's a worse product to have an expired version of the Nutrigrain bars. I mean, most people would consider it to be.
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, let me put you on a brief hold and see if I have any additional information. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Hold on. Hi. We did look into it. There is no way that we know to, speed up that process. As we don't we recommend that you not eat expired product. And
Well, I've been eating them
because that it can change the taste and that type of thing. So
I like it.
Well, yes, and I understand that, but we just don't have any knowledge on how to speed up that process.
That's frustrating that I can't even get the bars, but then you're telling me that I shouldn't enjoy them the way I prefer to eat them.
Well, that is our recommendation. We don't recommend that, but if you choose to eat that, that is entirely up to you.
Well, I think a lot more customers would prefer a bar that wasn't so soft.
Well, I can certainly pass on your thoughts and share those with our management teams.
Well, I don't know why you have to make them so soft. I mean, I'd been eating them already, and they were fine, I guess. But when they were much harder, it had a better flavor to it.
Okay. Oh, and I can add that in with my notes today as well.
Well, what are these notes? Where do they go?
They go to our different management teams. They do look at all of that.
Well, if they look at it, will they be sending me expired? I mean, I don't understand why I can't get the Nutrigrain bars the way I like them.
Well, we don't hang on to any products. It all gets shipped out. And so it would be the stores that would be able to have expired products.
Is there any way that you could call stores or get a list of who's had shipments, not for a long time?
No, there is no way I can look up the shipping. We just, it's just by store and distribution center.
Well, what are the distribution centers?
Well, each store has their own. That would be information you would have to get from the stores. That's not information we would have.
Well, the distribution centers, when the Nutrigrain bars expire, do they get returned to the distribution center?
Each store is different. You would have to check with the store to see what they do with expired products.
So not all of them get rid of them, you're saying?
I don't know. Some of them probably do. I don't know if they get donated.
Well,
it's up to the stores what they do with the product.
Do they get a refund from your company
I don't know how that's done.
What if I wanted to buy the Nutrigrain bars directly from Kellogg's in bulk and then expire them myself?
Unfortunately, we do not have any direct sales to consumers. The only other way to get them like in bulk like that would be like through Amazon.
What? What is that?
I'm sorry?
What is that?
Amazon is an online retailer.
Oh, I don't want to do anything with online.
Okay.
Well, how can we solve this problem so I can get these expired Nutrigrain bars?
Yeah, the best thing to do would be talk to stores and see.
I tried that already in my local grocery store. We got into a bit of an argument about it.
Yeah, well, and we don't have any product. We don't have any access to the product once it's, leaves our facility, and it's paid for by the stores, by their companies. What they do with it is entirely up to them.
Could you recommend something that tasted more like an expired Nutrigrain bar?
No, I wouldn't have I don't have any idea what would,
Don't they make you try the products working there?
Well, yeah, we try some of the products. I certainly have not tried all of the products, but we don't have any recommendations for anything that's expired.
Well, have you tried the Nutrigrain apple cinnamon bars?
Not that particular one, no.
Oh, well, do you know someone who has there?
No, there's about 100 of us. I would have no idea who's tried the apple cinnamon Nutrigrain bars.
Is there any way you could ask?
No, because we're all on calls.
What
at this point?
Is there a department that handles testing, maybe tasting the products, and they would have a better idea of, what I could purchase that would taste more? Because honestly, I'm very tired of having to wait around for months and months on end for these Nutrigrain bars to expire when I just I want to have my in between breakfast and lunch meal now.
Yeah, and we don't we test the product to make sure that it tastes like it should when it's fresh. We don't do anything about testing any expired product to see how it tastes.
It tastes better that way, is what I'm saying.
I understand that that's how it tastes better to you, but
I can't be the only person that feels that way, and I'm certain I'm not the only. I can't be the one that's discovered this. You have a lot of people that prefer the bars this way. I just think it's kind of ridiculous that there's no way to order them either at the store or from the company.
Yeah, because we don't ship out or sell expired products.
Well, if the better,
everything gets shipped out as it's made.
Well, if they're better that way, in a way, it's almost like they're not, expired. They're just finished. That's the end of the making process.
Yes. They're made and they get shipped out.
Well, they're shipped out not done. They're shipped out prematurely. They should be shipped out once they've developed more of a bite to them and they're not so soft.
Okay. Yes, and I understand that's your individual taste.
Well, there's a lot I'm sure there's plenty of other people that feel this way.
Well, I can, just get this passed on up to our management teams.
Well, can I speak to them?
Well, no, we're in a call center. We are not at the factory.
So how can I speak to the factory?
There really is not a way. The only way is for us to enter your thoughts into our notes and get those passed on up to our management teams.
Well, how likely is it that they're going to release some, an expired version of the apple cinnamon Nutrigrain bar?
They will. I have no idea how they would do that.
Well, what are my chances here?
Of being able to get expired bars?
Sure.
Probably really low.
Well, I don't like the sound of that. Maybe it's, if I did something different than... do you think maybe one of the other flavors would expire faster?
No, they're all tested to see how long a shelf life they would have.
Wait a minute, hold on. When you say they're tested to see how long...
Yeah.
So
when each product is developed, we
so if they test
also
them
see how long the shelf life would be.
Okay, that's perfect. So you have these test bars sitting around that they're waiting to see how long it takes for the test bars to expire, and then they do, and then presumably you get rid of them. But if you have those test bars there, I'm sure they have one from every batch. Is there any way to purchase those test bars? I'll pay for I'll pay for the shipping. I have no issue with paying for the product. I'm not looking for free.
Oh, I understand that, but not each group is tested. I mean, it's tested when they're first developed. And I don't know.
Are they constantly, they're making new flavors all the time, correct?
Well, I'm sure that they try to develop new flavors all the time.
So there's always testing going on.
I don't know how that's done, because that's all done in the factory.
Well, presumably.
And I don't have any idea how they test
Well,
the bars.
presumably they have. I mean, somebody's employed to find new, Nutrigrain flavors. So if that's what they're doing, I'm sure there's, always new testing. I mean, if you see in commercials, commercials for any kind of food product where they show a factory, they're always doing, new experiments on flavors. If you watch on the television ads, so I'm assuming you have testing going on, enough that there would be expired test bars.
Oh, and
around the
and
factory.
like I said before, we recommend that expired product not be sold. And
well, that's
so
just a recommendation. I don't think. I mean, if it's a health concern, I'm sure I'm fine. I've been eating them for a long time now.
Yeah, but we would not sell you any products that would be expired.
Well, I mean, it would be special just for me. This isn't official company policy. That's why I'm calling up to handle it personally.
And they would not ship out any expired bars.
But, I mean, when does the expiration label that's printed on the box? If I'm buying, the bars directly from the factory, they're not even in a box yet, so I don't even understand how someone would know that they're expired other than me while I'm eating them.
I just know the information that I have access to, and
what information is that?
We do not sell expired bars.
Well, does it say that at the factory that the expiration dates are already printed on there?
Yes, they are. We have to print an expiration date on them.
But only when they go into the box.
No, when they are wrapped, that is also stamped on there, on the wrapper itself.
Do you know how long? Is there any flavor that has a shorter?
No, they all have the shelf life is 8 months, and they all have the same shelf life.
Do you okay? Well, if I left them in the garage, or maybe what happens in the expiration process?
We guarantee that it is fresh. After that date, it is probably most likely not fresh. I don't know how you could speed up that process.
Okay, what does not fresh entail? What does that mean? What changes in the bar?
That I have no idea what changes in the bar. It can be the freshness of the bar overall. It can affect the taste. There's several components that it could affect. Could affect the texture, the taste, and the freshness, overall freshness of the bar.
But what does that mean?
It means that it changes. It can change after the date.
But how does it change?
That I don't know. I don't know how what the process is that changes it.
Well, I'll tell you, it definitely is a completely different bar from, the ones where you just open them up from the box when you get home. Well, I really don't know what to do here. Do you have any suggestions?
No, I don't.
Well, I really want those expired bars.
I have no recommendation on how to get any expired product.
Okay, well, and there's no way I can speak to the factory, huh?
No.
Or any of the food testers?
No.
All right, well, I guess I can try the grocery store again, but not particularly fond of me at this point. But I guess have a nice day. And
All right. Well, thank you for calling Kellogg's. You have a nice day, too.
okay.